news, we are learning with related to Anna Kepner. We are starting to get some insight. I had an opportunity to review some court filings in her stepmother's court case related to her stepbrother that is most likely responsible for her homicide. We reported that her homicide was asphyxiation. That's the manner. She's been, it's homicide by asphyxiation. So her air supply was cut off. We heard some alarming news from her ex-boyfriend when he was talking to her. Apparently, the stepbrother tried to force himself on top of her. We don't know how accurate that is or if he was speaking out of anger or frustration. But he did state that he spoke to Anna's father about the situation once before and felt that nobody was protecting Anna. So there are some things coming out. What is that true? Is that, again, some people are very angry and have some very angry feelings about things. And I can imagine, she's here one minute, she's gone the next. Young people don't understand that. She was still in high school. It's just, it is a horrible, horrible situation. And to think that a stepbrother did it. We don't know how long the father and the mother, this current stepmother had been married for. I did see some court proceedings. You can see that the mother's face, she's brokenhearted over her son. My problem is the FBI is allowing him to kind of just sit. My understanding is he went to a mental hospital. After he was released from the mental hospital, he's staying at another family member's house, away from his mother, away from any other children. I don't know whose house that third party is. Is it his father's house? Is it another family member's house? We do not know. I'm not going to speculate. Okay. But what I do have a problem with, as many of you guys know, would be the fact that why is he out of jail? I don't care how old he is. He murdered a young woman. He murdered a young woman, his stepsister. I don't care how mommy and daddy feel about it. Okay. I don't care. I don't care. He needs to be behind bars. It's his uncle. I don't know what you mean by it's his uncle. Oh, he's staying at his uncle's. Okay, thank you. Thank you. He shouldn't be. Okay? A 16-year-old that can strangle the life out of somebody deserves to be sitting in jail while they await trial. Why is he being provided special privileges in the state of Florida? We don't give special privileges in the state of Florida. It's one of the things that I like about the state of Florida. Okay? It's one of the things that I like about the state of Florida. I don't care. Okay? I understand mommy and daddy's feelings. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, they put all of these children in one room. I don't know how that is okay. These are like, teenage children. I don't feel comfortable that there are teenage children that are in a room and it's co-ed. Okay, I have a problem with that. I don't know anybody that thinks that whole situation is a good situation. Mommy and daddy should either have had the two boys with them and Anna in her room by herself, or the two boys together and Anna in the room with them. Okay? I'm sorry. I just have a problem with the whole co-ed situation and the whole blended family co-ed situation. It's just a recipe for disaster. I don't know if I agreed. When I found out about all three of the siblings being in the room together, I mean, I kind of get it, but you would definitely expect that the guys would leave the room when it's time for her to get a shower, or I don't know how all that works. Is there like co-ed shower? I don't know how any of that works. Do you have showers in your rooms? Do you have to use shower? I don't know. I've never been on a cruise before. I don't know. I just don't think that this was good. And then if you really do couple this with the boyfriend or the ex-boyfriend telling the dad about the stepbrother, and then the father putting all, because it sounds like we were right at the beginning. Somebody came in here and said that she was on the boat with her family, and then we heard it was the grandparents, and then we were back to the parents. Well, it sounds like she truly was on the boat with her stepmother and father and her two like her stepbrother and her brother. It does sound like that is one bathroom per stateroom. That's been your experience. Okay, thank you for that. I don't know. I've never been on a cruise, so I wouldn't know. I mean, I've been on, like, the sunset cruises that came with dinner and stuff like that, but it's not in international waters. It's not going out of the county I'm in. It's just going out in the water just to drive in a circle while you eat, type of thing. Definitely not something I'm sleeping, overnight on, So, I don't know. I think it's sad. But at the end of the day, I don't understand why the boy is getting special. He killed this woman, okay? She was 18 years old, his stepsister. He took the life from her. Why in the hell is he still out of jail? This might be one of those things where we may protest. I'm sorry. I don't care about the dad. I don't care about the mom. Obviously they had an opportunity to protect their child and failed at that one task. And I don't want to be rude or mean, but it sounds like there was reasons to worry about the 16-year-old, yet you shove them in a small cabin together. I've got a problem with that. And I'm not one of these people that shy away from it. When there's problems to be had, I don't want to hurt the family any more than they're hurt. But this was a preventable problem, and here we are. And now we got a 16-year-old boy getting special treatment. We're not doing that in the state of Florida. So what we're going to do is we're going to start using some phone campaigning, and we're going to get this 16-year-old boy locked up, okay? And people can be pissed off and mad at me and say, Betty, you're being mean. You're being mean. I don't give a shit. Okay? If I was a victim of homicide by a 16-year-old, I don't want that 16-year-old laying his freaking head down on a pillow. I want him to hear the jail cell close behind him. Let me find it. I want to hear it. Right? We're not seeking justice. Well, we got to worry about his mental. I'm not worried about a 16-year-old mental's health when he killed somebody. Okay? His mental health was a concern before the homicide. After the homicide, it's too late. Okay? Okay, mommy and daddy? It's too late. It's too late. You had an opportunity to act and you failed. You failed. We hold people accountable on this show. As uncomfortable as it is, we hold people accountable on the show. And according to the boyfriend, he raised the concerns to this girl's father. Okay? He raised his concerns with the father. Not the boy's mother, with Anna's dad. Anna's dad is the man, he is the protector, and he turned his head the other way. And he put his daughter in a very dangerous situation. Okay? While I'm very, very sorry that that's the details of this case, those are the details of this case. And unfortunately, we are going to have to hold mommy and daddy accountable for this. Okay? Publicly. We understand that they need to grieve, and we are very, very sorry for their loss, but we shouldn't be here. This should not be a case. We shouldn't be looking at Anna dead. She should have been able to get off that boat and live her life and go after her dreams, but if not for everybody just looking the other way when there was clearly a problem with the 16-year-old sibling that nobody wanted to acknowledge. Nobody wanted to acknowledge until we have a deceased girl. Now everybody's like, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to let anybody know that this is family. No, that's not how we roll. That's not how we roll. We hold everybody accountable when it comes to the death of anybody. Everyone. This was a preventable, once again, a preventable death. And the more the parents are fighting it and the more nasty they're being to people that are speaking out about this, the more they're starting to look a little complicit. Okay? At the end of the day, they failed their child. Why? Because they failed to take notice of a very serious problem going on in their family. And clearly, it was serious because we have an 18-year-old girl that's dead. So it should have been acted on. And it wasn't. And that's a problem. But our problem now is, why is this 16-year-old able to lay his head on a mattress and bed and pillow in the comfort of freedom, while this woman, this young 18-year-old girl with her whole life ahead, just got put into a ground? Okay? We don't do that here in the state of Florida. So Titusville, FBI, it's time for you to tighten this ship up. That 16-year-old boy deserves jail. He deserves it no different than any other criminal that murders a young woman. No different. We treat people no differently. He deserves to be in jail. He needs to be in jail. I don't care about well, we don't know what to do with a 16-year. This is not our first rodeo in the United States of America. It's time for this young, beautiful girl to have some semblance of justice, even if her parents aren't pushing for it. We here in the true crime community absolutely will. Okay? We're not bleeding hearts. We don't really care at this point. We want the suspect behind bars where he belongs, and we want the wheels of justice to start working for this young, beautiful girl. Anything less is a miscarriage of justice. Anything less is a miscarriage of justice.